I'm pleased to announce, after months of research and planning, the release of the first elements of my structured development series. There are two main elements to this release. The very first components of my foundation course, which makes up the core of my structured development series. The second element is not a painting lesson. It's a lesson designed to help accelerate your watercolor journey with a structured personal development program. So just what is this structured development series and why did I create it? I'll begin by explaining my foundation course. To date, the online courses in my Learning Center have been paint-alongs. My paint-alongs walk you through a series of skill exercises that lead up to a finished painting. The skill exercises in those paint-alongs focus on fundamental skills that will help you accomplish the finished painting. My foundation course is built on developing sound fundamentals, and those skill exercises become the focus of the lessons. The course is based on a series of skill exercises that I call skill blocks. If you look at the left-hand side, you'll see where I've defined a skill block is a lesson that focuses on a specific skill or concept. I've grouped these skill blocks into modules, and if you'll notice on the top left, I've described a module as a collection of 4 skill blocks that share a common theme. If you look at the bottom of this diagram now, you'll see fundamentals with an arrow pointing towards composition and design. These skill blocks and modules are arranged with content that starts with fundamentals and moves more towards and into composition and design. I've designed this system for flexibility. People have different skill levels and have different gaps in their development. If a person has a specific skill or concept they want to improve, they can do that by just taking a single skill block that focuses on that fundamental. If, however, a person wants to take a broader area of study, they can take a module which consists of 4 separate skill block lessons with a common theme. As with anything, there's economies of scale, and I've tiered the pricing to make modules a better value. The development of this series has been a major undertaking, and it's something that's going to build over time. This initial release is for the first module of this series. The first module doesn't necessarily mean module 1 of this series. Because I've designed this for flexibility, people are going to plug into this course in different locations because of the different needs of the individuals. For that reason, I chose a module that I feel is relevant to the watercolors no matter what level you're at. I've chosen Module 5 to be my first release. And if you've watched my YouTube videos or taken my courses, you'll know there's a design element that I talk about constantly, and I feel it's essential for the watercolors no matter what level they're at. That element is value. And Module 5 is centered around the theme, effective use of value contrast in transparent watercolor. In breaking this down to the skill block level, the individual lessons, you'll see that there's a lesson in understanding value contrast, working with value studies, creating depth with value, and working with a limited palette painting. I'll be releasing additional modules in the near future, but right now I'm making Module 5 in the individual skill blocks available in my online learning center. The next element that I'm releasing is Your Watercolor Journey, a structured approach to personal development. This is not a painting lesson. It's a structured approach to personal development that builds on my 30 years experience in industry working with development and continuous improvement programs. It's designed to accelerate your watercolor journey by helping you to build a personal development roadmap. In this lesson, I'll walk you through a development cycle that will help you get focused on what matters most. I've designed a toolkit with templates that you can use to help create that roadmap. So now I'm back to the second question. Why did I create this? I recently took a survey of the people who follow me on YouTube and follow me on social media. I did that so that I could better assess the needs of those who follow me. In that survey, I discovered that the majority of people that follow me are either intermediate watercolorists or they're beginners with some experience. There's smaller groups of artists that are advanced, new to art altogether, or they're new to watercolor but they have some experience with other mediums. When asked what best described their goal, 40% said serious hobbyist, 29% said an accomplished artist who exhibits locally, 17% said casual hobbyist, and then smaller portions said fun hobby or an accomplished artist who exhibits nationally. When asked, do you know what skills you need to reach your goal, 63% said they had a good idea what they needed, and 30% weren't sure what skills they needed, and then a smaller group said they hadn't thought about it. When asked, do you have a plan to reach your goal, 57% said they watch videos, take classes, read books randomly. 31% said they have a loose plan, 4% have a structured plan, and about 8% said they hadn't thought about it. When asked, do you have access to local classes and workshops, 61% said yes, but 39% of the people said no. Out of all the questions I asked, I found that to be the most amazing. I take for granted that everybody can just go down the street and take a class or a workshop. It's information like this that motivates me to continue to put out my YouTube videos and build courses like the one I just released. So hopefully after watching this video, you have a good idea what my structure development series is about and also why I created it.